Yo, people, and welcome to another episode of Through a Different Lens podcast. I am your co-host, Joe.
And I'm Jacob.
How we doing, my boy, my brother? What you said?
All okay, man. Weeks have been busy, back playing a bit of football. It's good to be back out there. My
Mm-hmm.
body is in pain every day, but good pain. So,
I know. When
you
you,
know,
when, when you said it a couple of weeks ago, I was like, you're back.
yeah,
About the pain aspect, I was like, yeah.
yeah. Honestly, Nikki is getting me through right now. That's what's getting me through it.
I
Because
hear it.
I think, honestly, that thing might need to be tested because I feel like parts of my muscles are torn and I rubbed it on there and I'm good to go. I don't know how it works, but hey.
Don't be giving anyone ideas, Abaniki. Do you know, I actually need to buy some, just stock up. I've not had it for years. And do you know what? It may come out. Obviously, touch wood, nothing serious happens, but that thing works wonders.
I don't know what's in it, but hey, whatever's in it, keep putting it in it because it
No,
works.
facts. No, that's good to hear. Hopefully, we can hear more positivity on the football front soon as we
Yes.
are entering the back end of the season, the business part of the season. And we're going to kick off there with the Champions League, which the only thing we've said to each other, well, you've said to me, is that we're winning it, aka
Uh-huh.
Arsenal. So obviously you guys got rid of Leverkusen, only 2 of the 6 English clubs to go through. When everyone
Yeah.
likes to talk about the Premier League is the power league, the Super League, the powerhouse, the best teams. We all qualified out of the extended group stages. I was like, bro, I said the last couple of years have shown that other European clubs don't take this extended group stage as serious. Um,
Mm,
as long as they get to even the next ninth to 16th or whatever it is, those teams that
yeah.
have to play the extra game, they're like, cool. And then when we get to the knockout stages, we'll really show you. And 3
hmm
of them absolutely dismantled Premier League teams,
Yeah.
i.e. Barcelona dismantling Newcastle. The tie was tight for most of the duration of it, but second half. And PSG just dismantling Chelsea throughout, and Real Madrid surprisingly dismantling Man City.
Yeah.
And then Tottenham
Yeah.
gave it a bit of a fight against Atletico, but it was
It was
highly
done in the
unlikely. But
first game.
so I say the Premier League could be the most competitive league, but people need to chill in respects to how they view Premier League teams compared to other European teams. For me,
Yeah. I
anyway.
think do you know what the thing is? I think the Premier League is I still say it's the best league in the world, but it's the most money's here in it. So people can attract players that would sign for the top teams in another country. They might come and
Mhm.
sign for, i.e., a Bournemouth here, just because the money's here. That's what the Premier League is. It's the money. It's the money league right now. So wherever the money's at, that's where people are signing. Whereas people will still go to Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich over coming to Premier League sides anyway. So those three big sides in the world, let me say big two, because Bayern Munich is hit and miss. You
Yeah.
get what I mean on the sides of players. So Real Madrid, Barcelona, people will still go there over coming to Premier League sides.
Mhm.
But um, you're right in saying that it's difficult to now say the Premier League's the best league in the world because when we come up against the best teams in the world or best teams in the world from other countries in Europe, it doesn't go too well. Do you get what I mean? It doesn't go too well at all. You've seen what Real Madrid did, and Real Madrid aren't having their best of seasons at all. And you see them
Mhm.
dismantle Man City, the second best team in the league this year, by being the best team in England for let's say the past like 10 years going. So you saw that Newcastle, as you said, the tie was interesting. And they made it
Mhm.
interesting. It was a good tie at home. St. James's
Yeah,
Park was a
fair
good
play to
tie.
Newcastle, to be fair.
Yeah. It was also a good tie at um the Camp Nou. Because did they play the
Y
Camp Nou for weirdly?
yeah.
Yeah, it's still being built,
Until
but
they
they
ran
played there.
rampant in the second half.
Yeah. So Newcastle kept it close, but once they gave away that penalty at halftime, I feel like that man-to-man system that Newcastle tried to implement won't work against a team like Barcelona, where they just go inside and go, okay, cool. We've seen it now. If they carry on doing this, make certain runs here, pull in a man here, drop a man a bit deeper. Some people make decoy runs because if they're following, literally they are
Mm,
following. Dan Burn was following Lewandowski all anywhere he went.
yeah.
And when you're playing like that, if you can't then keep up with a runner, you're finished essentially. So that was that tie. And Chelsea, I don't know what Chelsea are on, bro. I'll be real. I don't know. The clubs confuses me more and more each week.
Mate.
So
And Chelsea are just Chelsea. I think, like, it's been a bad week for them because obviously they got the, even though it's not as bad, they got the sentence of the transfer ban, but it's a suspended sentence. It only actually affects their academy team as of now, which some Chelsea fans that used to tell me years ago, they saw this coming, hence why they were buying, etc. But their plan in general just seems all over the place. Like even randomly, Todd Burley saying a couple of weeks ago, the only reason why he went for Cucurella is because Man City were going for him. And I was like, do you know what? It actually, that, in terms of how Cucurella's been, it worked. Do you know what I
yes,
mean? But
yeah.
if that is the strategy, you're just like,
But
okay.
I truly believe that is a strategy. I feel like if another team wants someone and want them desperately and they feel like the other team's better than them right now, they go
Mhm.
and try and sign the player, offer him more money, offer the other club they're buying from a larger sum and go and buy him. And I'm just like, but it doesn't fit with your system. And you don't know, at the time Maresca was their manager. And before that, it was Lampard. And Lampard was way back. But before that, do you get what I mean? When Todd Burnley's
Mm.
come in, it seems like he's buying players not to win games. He's buying players as an asset. I feel like he's an American businessman. He's come over and said, oh, wait, in football, we can buy people and sell them. In
Mhm.
American sports, we can't do that.
We can't do
So
that. Yeah.
do you get what I
Yeah.
mean? I feel like he's gone, this is a sales
Yeah.
business. We can literally buy a player and sell him for more money. Okay, let's just buy all the best young players
Yeah.
and sell them for more money. So I feel like that's the operation he's kind of tried to implement, and it's backfiring just because that's just not how football works. You need to build a team, you need to build chemistry, you need to have the right manager in place, and Chelsea seem to be bit part in it everywhere, and you can see it kind of playing out in front of our eyes.
I mean, yeah, that's partly why Maresca left, because I think he felt like things are all over the place in terms of like the board decision making.
Hmm.
The only thing I'd not give them credit for is in terms of the wages. I've been told they don't overpay for the first team because apparently even Reece James's new contract, he's taken a pay cut. Um, and apparently, like I think he gets more on uh, s- what's the word that I'm looking for? My mind's
Signing on
literally
fee?
no, my mind's gone. Maybe he got more on signing on fee, but parents' fees and little things within his, because apparently they're really going by like a wage structure.
So they're not
And even
doing the 300 bags a week for Reece James, for instance.
so, I thought he was getting because I think he was on 250 before, and he's the
Yeah.
only one, if I'm not mistaken, that's on like over 200K. Well, that was. I don't know what the new salary is. Well, I've been told it's below 200K to get in line with their new structure. And then he gets more from like add-ons and appearances and different things
So
that he
would
can trigger.
so would it be more than his last deal? Because obviously they were saying that's the highest contract the defender's ever signed in Chelsea history. So if that's the
Is
case,
that what they
then
said?
yeah.
Ah, fair. Then maybe the information, if the totality of certain clauses, triggers, and all that stuff, then maybe from that standpoint, or the information that I may have been told may have been miscued or something. But yeah, like in terms of the actual wage structure, I know in general they don't overly pay like that.
Yeah. They're all in like 150s to 180s. It's a
Yeah,
load of
I know it
money.
was
They're all
only
a load of
him that
money.
was the gap was there. Do you know what I mean?
Because it was him and Ben Chilwell before.
Mm.
Yeah, I knew who was the highest paid people there. I know it's him and Ben Chilwell, but I think they might have taken something from like the Arsenal model in terms of, when Saka did his deal, not this one, the one before,
The one
where
before, yeah,
he would have been he's the highest paid at the club if he plays every week. But if he doesn't play,
yeah,
he's not. Do you get what I mean? That's obviously why they ran him into the ground, and now they probably figured out let's just give him the money instead, so we can rest him.
yeah. No, it's true, but I think the likes of I'd say PSG and Barcelona, especially, just this round alone, they're kind of doing what they did last year in the Champions League, showing we're the best two footballing sides in Europe. Barca's a
Hmm.
bit more chaotic because one of their high line, they're just super expansive in Europe. Even in La
Yeah.
Liga as well, they just don't get punished. Whereas,
Hmm.
like, You can see Newcastle 2 chances, 2 goals in the first half. Just paraphrasing,
Yeah.
but like Barca showed this in Europe last year, where is we're gonna try and outscore you. Do you
Mm.
know what I mean? And now them being on Arsenal's side of the draw, I don't think that could work against Arsenal because they're too open at the back. Whereas like PSG are just a bit more complete than Barca, where it'll be harder for Arsenal to beat PSG if they were to match up, for instance. So,
Yeah.
um, but in terms of
Uh,
like from a footballing point of view, those are probably again the two best teams in Europe right now, like at the turning point of what they're doing in the season. But I won't say they're the best teams.
yeah, no, I'd agree with everything you said there. And especially the point on Arsenal matching up. That's why when I was thinking about Arsenal meeting Barcelona or Atletico Madrid in the obviously in the semi-finals, it's not a worry because I'm looking at how they play and I watched them play against Newcastle. I was like, if you play like that against Arsenal might beat you 4-5-0 just
Mhm.
because defensively, we're not playing man for man. We ain't following you guys wherever you want to go, first off. We're going to let you go. You're going to run onto a Declan Rice, a Zubimendi, and then we'll win the ball from there. And they're so expansive. The amount of space that, obviously, I don't think Newcastle played to their strengths enough. They did in the first half. They went
The
in
first,
behind loads.
yeah, in the first leg
And
they did, I'd say.
yeah, my thing was, you're going to kill Barca with speed, for instance. And that's what they did. And then first half of the second leg, they were killing them with speed. And I think they just went away from it. I don't know why. Obviously, Barca clocked on, but I don't know why they went away from it. And
Mhm.
Arsenal, for instance, we don't have the fastest players like, obviously, what Newcastle have, Elanga, Harvey Barnes, Anthony Gordon. They got literally speed demons.
Yeah.
But we've got creative players that can manipulate the game in a way to dominate a team like Barcelona. So that's why I'm not worried about Arsenal on this side of the draw. But you're right in saying PSG, Real Madrid, and Barca are playing the best football right now in
Mm.
Europe, and you can
I
see
wouldn't
it.
include Real Madrid as much, but yeah, I mean
I'm
the
talking
way
about in the
they,
Champions League, though. In the
yeah,
Champions
the
League,
way they
not in
turned up
not
that first half against
yes,
City was, yeah.
only in the Champions League. Like not in their league. I'm saying in the Champions League because you also know these teams know how to win it, and that's a thing, knowing how to win this competition. So wh- where this is the problem for Arsenal, we haven't won this competition. So we're
Mm,
coming up against teams that know how to win these competitions. And even forgetting Bayern Munich, who are just on that other side of the draw, moving crazy, scoring goals,
yeah,
and they're probably the main team to watch out for.
that other side of the draw. I think for you guys saying you dispatch of Sporting, the harder team between Barca and Atletico will be Atletico because
100%.
they can semi play like you guys, and
Hmm.
they've got enough attacking quality. They're not as good as a team as you guys, but it'll be a harder game for me anyway. But it's
Yeah,
obviously you can lose both games, you can win both games. So
it's for Arsenal. I feel like you need a team to come and play football against you to have your
yeah,
best performances. When Arsenal play against these low blocks that we see every week, yeah, it's a problem that we don't have the creativity this year to break down teams the way we once did, and there's no one player that's going to do it. Whereas if the people give us time and space, we'll dominate. You can see that
yeah,
more in the Champions League. I feel that's why Arsenal play well in the Champions League because teams come to play against them. Whereas in the Premier
yeah.
League, they come to get a point, which you can do. Champions League, you got to win the game, so it's
I
different.
think in general, the teams in the Champions League, no matter their standing or their stature, they're just gonna go and play football. That's why
100%.
probably the Champions League games have been more fun. And again, because of the extended group stage team, you got a bit more leeway. Like,
Mm,
you can have a bad game or two, maybe even three, and then
yeah.
still qualify for the next round and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. But shout out Sporting for pulling off that comeback against Bodo,
Mm,
because Bodo are demons at home and they just held the beating. But then Sporting said, yo, we'll show you Pepper as well. Because Bodo beat
mm,
City, Atletico, and Inter at home,
yeah.
dispatching them. Bearing in mind they've been in their off season. I think their season may have resumed now, but between like December, Jan, and maybe even Feb or late December or something, they were just playing friendlies to get their
And that-
minutes. Get me?
yeah.
And they're just doing damage on that one. But Sporting Arsenal, that'll be interesting. Barca Atletico,
Mm,
both teams, they've been getting wins of each other this season. Atletico knocked them out the Copa del Rey when they went 4-0 in the first leg. Barca tried to come back, didn't work. So that one's going to be interesting. Real Madrid, Bayern. this is probably
Mm,
Bayern's best chance of actually beating Real Madrid that we've seen over like the last decade, like when they're playing Ronaldo, Benzema, and those games were tight. And they even played, was it 2 years ago when Alfonso Davis put Bayern up? Yes, it
yes,
was
I
two
do
years
remember.
ago
Yeah,
because it was
yeah.
Jude's first season, and then Madrid, the comeback, Joslu's
Mm,
goals, and then Madrid went on to win
yeah.
Champions League. So this is Bayern's best chance to actually beat them, and then the other time on that side of the draw being PSG, Liverpool. Liverpool will be trying to get revenge for last year,
Revenge. Don't think it's
but
gonna happen though. I don't think it's
I
gonna
don't think
happen.
they're not as good.
Nah.
Um, and PSG have shown that even though they've not been as good, they can turn it on.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
They're
I feel like they've got
attacking.
Liverpool's number.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I just
sorry, you were saying. Go on.
no, I just feel like they got Liverpool's number when it comes to the Champions League right now. And the way PSG style of play, I don't think it works well for the way Liverpool play,
Mm.
if you get what I mean. And also, who are Liverpool going to play? Like, is Soboslai going to be your fullback against them wingers? That's what I'm trying to work out. Are you going to play Andy
They even
Robertson?
need him in midfield.
Yeah. Is Andy Robertson going to be playing left back for you against those wingers? Like Van Dijk is sensational, one of the greatest of all time, but Van Dijk, Joe Gomez against who? Usman Dembele, he turned them inside out last year. He can do it again this year. Then
I
the
bet
midfield can get
Kanate was back last game, but yeah, that'll be
okay. I'm just thinking about the Premier League game I watched when they drew to Tottenham. Obviously, Joe Gomez and Van Dijk were
yeah.
back.
I think Kanate was back against Galatasaray. I'm sure he was. I remember seeing the lineup.
Mm.
So
Well, I just feel like PSG maybe have too much for this version of Liverpool
yeah, Liverpool's
because
best
Liverpool
chance
last year were better.
was last year, but again, they've still got enough quality to hurt PSG as well. So I think that
Oh,
that one, I don't think it'll be as easy as people think. In terms of PSG favor, whereas last year it was kind of a 50-50 thing because PSG hadn't
mm,
reached the super. Like everyone knew they were the best in Europe at that time, but because they hadn't won it, and now they've won it,
yes,
defending champs, they obviously rightfully should be favorites on that one. But again, these ties, yeah, it's and I guess that's the beauty of no away goals because sometimes in the first legs teams just go for it now.
yeah, yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all, bro. That the Champions League is the best competition in the world. I
Yeah,
think I can say that. I think the Champions League is the best competition in the world in any sport. I don't care what. I love NFL playoffs, and I love the one and done. I love March Madness. I love the NBA play, but the Champions League is the best competition in the world. I love the World Cup, but the Champions League is the best competition in the world.
I
I don't
think
know if
what
you get
gone.
elite. I don't know if you get elite versus elite like this
Mm.
anywhere else.
But again, that is the point of it as well. So like it
Mm,
serves its purpose. The other competitions can't always do that. Not to say Champions League's like this every year, but you've got arguably like just say the final eight are eight top teams left in the competition. Kind of like how AFCON was. The final eight was
mm,
eight top African teams. And we spoke
yeah.
about that and I was like, that's why I enjoyed this AFCON even more. Even though I always like an underdog story, every top team has taken it really serious where yo, we're all gonna try and win it. And as the stages got tighter, the games got tighter. We saw it up until from the quarterfinals onwards, really, and that may be the case in this year's Champions League as well. But yeah, Arsenal have not a great. They've got a very good route to the final. And
No.
I think this is their best year or best chance where things are just aligning that
Yeah.
they can do this. And let's just say they're to progress and get more points on the board in terms of Premier League and Man City drop points. If they do progress further in Champions League, they can even focus then if the league's wrapped up by a certain time, because I've been
Mm,
pretty hell bent on saying Arsenal are winning it, and I think a bit more. There's more confidence around your fan base that you guys are winning it. You guys are planning where you're going to stand or what lamp post outside the Emirates. You're going to be at
Mm-hmm.
the parade. The final
Mm-hmm.
game is round here. So as far can I just imagine you guys are gonna be in your numbers around South Norwood Junction. So
Mm-hmm.
I've already invited the Arsenal man them to my yard, and I'll cook them something special and give them special drinks. So yeah, nah. It's a great try again, and you guys you're in the hunt for the quadruple, obviously the League Cup final on Sunday. So
Mm-hmm. That's where it all starts. That's where it all starts.
mm.
Sunday is where
On
we
the League
begin.
Cup final, do you think you're gonna win?
Yes, I'm very confident in our ability to beat Man City. I just don't think City are City of old, man. I've watched them too many times this year, and as much as I feel like they could be good in the final, they don't have that person that I'm afraid of anymore. De Bruyne was
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
De Bruyne was that guy that I was like, okay, every time he turns up at Arsenal, he's gonna dominate us. They don't have that player anymore. Haaland might score a goal, but I'm so confident that our midfield three is better than their midfield three right now. And obviously,
Mhm.
maybe not players individually, but just as the three combined, our midfield three is better than their midfield three. Our defensive line is better than their defensive line. Our
Oh,
attacking
facts.
front three might not be as good as their front three in terms of scoring goals, which we know it's not, but we are just more effective right now. And then when it comes to set pieces, everyone knows what Arsenal are. I feel like the all-round game this year, Arsenal are just above City. And I feel like they will
Yeah.
show on Sunday.
And again, another thing I've said, like saying previous episodes or my chats, you guys are just harder to score against. That's
Yep.
literally it. And you've got enough quality in the team where you can put pressure on teams, and it's gonna go up until the last minute of games. Um, But again, defensively, you guys are just solid as hell. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
compared to City anyway, and I've kind of been like that with City all season. Like, even in the games they have kept clean sheets, it's been super tight. Who was a super tight win at home that they've had fairly
They won a
recently? I can't.
they won a
I,
lot of super tight wins at home.
yeah,
Didn't they
I like to
just
say
about beat
Everton. I
Wolves?
might be wrong, but
Even
even in
even a
that
West
game,
Ham,
it might be that. Yeah, no, not West Side.
they
It
drew to
was
West Ham. They
Newcastle at
drew.
home. Like around
Yes.
this time last, so they hold on, they won 2-1 and then going
Mm-hmm.
to win at Leeds away 1-0.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, Arsenal have had those games as well, but even like you can see the way the City defenders and the team celebrated after those games because they were hanging on effectively. Do you know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I just think things ain't the same there. Every football, sports in general is a cycle, so it's them hanging on at the end of their cycle. Obviously,
Yeah.
they kept trying to reinvent, but who knows if his heart's fully in it? Because there's still speculation he's going to be gone at the end of the season. He's been wanting to go, so this is a great chance for Arsenal to capitalize. One, especially on the league out of everything, because it's been 22 years. Like
Mm.
that is the most important thing. It's gonna be annoying as a Man United fan to see your fan base because you're all coming out of the woodworks. Like I didn't even know some people liked football. They're Arsenal fans.
Mm-hmm.
All women in London seem to be 99% of them seem to be Arsenal supporters as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Yep.
Yeah, if slash when
That's
you don't.
why. That's why the parade is Carnival Part 1.
Yeah, I know it is. I need to try and book a holiday that weekend, or infiltrate myself and get. I told one of the random I'm taking his Eze jerseys, and I'll be there, bro.
That's the thing. That's the thing. The South London man can rep Arsenal for the one day if you support someone else just because Eze is an Arsenal football player. Like
Yeah,
Eze is
man.
doing it for South London. So
Eze's from the
that's
ends,
why.
bro. Get
Yeah,
me.
that's why everyone is. I've met so many fans of recent that just support Man United, Chelsea. They're like, bro, I want Arsenal to win because Eze is there. That's the only reason I want you guys to win. I was like, see, I'll see you at the parade as well. They said, of course. because
I
Eze's
know,
there.
but
So
there's been Arsenal fans on Twitter that've been policing. They said they don't want no South London fans from or United, Chelsea, Liverpool fans to join everything. I'm like,
bro,
and they're hell bent on it. And I'm like, do you know what I get? Again, I kind of not wanted you guys to win the league at the beginning of the season, but I wouldn't. I was like, bro, we need it. We need. Obviously, Liverpool won it, but there needs to be a stop to Man City's dominance. And I understand how other fan bases felt when I was a young teen slash adult when United were were this
winning
dominant
everything.
force. So yeah, for me again, it's just your fan base. But hey, sports is a
Mhm.
cycle. Do you know what I mean? It's life.
Yeah. Yep. And it's gonna be a good summer.
Gotta take it on the chin. Unfortunately, I want to talk quick basketball because one, the MVP race is heating up slightly differently
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
obviously there was a moment Jokic was leading, but the Nuggets are not doing well record wise. Um,
Mm.
and I thought when they started, when they got Aaron Gordon back, obviously Peyton Watson's still to come. So I think they'll come good in the playoffs, but if their standing's not going to be as good, it might be peak for them. But again, Jokic was somewhat leading the MVP race. Shea came back from injury and Shea's just gone on an absolute tear, continued the 20-point game record.
Mhm.
And even when against the Timberwolves, I think it was last Sunday or so, when the record was under threat, he did not stop playing for the team, setting up
Yeah.
the team, and then in the fourth quarter got his shots and got the 20.
Of
Like he's
course.
just playing at another level right now, given there's been no Jalen Williams most of the season. And then the Spurs and Wemby, like I think they've won 20 out of 22 or 21 out of
Mm.
23, and Wemby missed one of those losses, so he's only lost one game in that stretch, and his offensive bag is getting even better.
Yeah.
And some people are calling him the best player in the NBA in general. And
Mm.
then finally, Luka Doncic is on a he's on an absolute generational tear right now. The Lakers are on a great win streak. LeBron has adapted into this role. JJ Redick is coaching the hell out of this team and seems to finally have got the lineup right. DeAndre Ayton's locked in. He I don't know if you saw his quote the other day. It was a few days ago. He said there was a moment that he saw how locked in Luca and LeBron have been, and he's like, "All right, I need to change my style of play because if those guys can do it, then I can do it." And then
Yeah.
that's all the Lakers need from him just to be locked in because he's a good offensive player. He's good enough
Mm.
defensively, 7 footer. But yeah, this before we move on to all the other people, Doncic hit another 60-pointer last night. Well, he's first for the Lakers, but just the tear he's been on, do you think he can stake a claim for MVP, which I think Shea's leading?
Do I think I feel like he's in the conversation, but is he gonna win it? No. I feel like he's definitely in the conversation though, because of what he's been able to do. He's leading the league in scoring, which everyone just is just blowing, like kind of
And
just brushing off.
he's gonna win the scoring title again.
Yeah. So I feel like if the Lakers were, it's difficult because the other players are also playing so well. And Shea, for instance, I know OKC had a number one seed. You now can't go, well, we're going to give the MVP to the 3 seed right now, currently. Do you get what I mean?
And the
But
Lakers are
Luca,
currently 10 games back of OKC.
do you get what I mean? How many games left? What, 12, 13?
12, because they've all played,
See,
the top three have played 70, or top four.
so you have 12 games left, so you're never you're not catching up. So I feel like if they were in the 1 seed or in a closer position to to OKC, I feel like maybe we'd give it to him. But Shea's just been at a level that you just can't deny. And I feel like Luca, yes, he'll win the MVP one day, and it's sad to say he'll win the MVP one day because he has these ridiculously amazing seasons, and what happens is someone else just has the same sort of season, which is crazy, but their team is also better. So
Well,
you
yeah, their
kind of
team's
can't,
drastically better in a lot of cases.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of can't you kind of can't put him in there. You left out a name though. You left out Jalen Brown, who I feel like should be in conversation for the MVP also.
I did, but in terms of, and I did think of him and Cade. Obviously now
Yeah, he
Cade
won't be
dropped
eligible. I
form,
don't
but
know.
Cade's out with a punctured lung.
Yeah,
And we're gonna talk about Cade quickly because of the 65 game rule. But I just don't think Jalen Brown's got a realistic chance of winning it at all. Like, or getting a
you
top
don't.
three, top two, top three voting position. Whereas the others that I've mentioned, I think they all will and can.
This is the thing. I think Shea's gonna win it. I felt like Jokic was gonna win it, but I feel like Jokic is gonna be in the conversation every year until he retires. So that's
Hmm.
fine. Um, I feel like Luka's also gonna be in that conversation for the next 7 years anyway, while he's keeping
Hmm.
himself in shape and while he's a Laker. I think Jaylen Brown has to be in the conversation though, because what he's done for the Lakers, Jason Tatum's only come back like 3 weeks ago now, 2, 3 weeks ago, playing well. Obviously, when he does play, can't play back to backs. Jaylen Brown has put this team on his back and taken the Celtics to a level where we didn't think they were going to get to this year. We thought it was going to be a down year for the Celtics. They
I
traded away a
agree.
load of the key pieces. We were just expecting the Celtics to be run of the mill, maybe make the playoffs. Well, make the playoffs because it's the East, but first round exit probably nothing special. And I think that's
Hmm.
what the Celtics prepared themselves for. And Jaylen Brown has come and said, "No, I'm the number one.
Yep.
I was obviously Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I was Finals MVP. Like this is my team as much as Jason Tatum's team. So
Hmm.
I feel like this year playing, he's been the best two-way basketball player in the world, other than Wemby. But
I was gonna say, even he made a comment on that last week. He said, I
yeah,
think he said, "I believe I've been," but then he said, "Wemby's just a different alien or animal or whatever." He
ye-
said, "We
yeah.
can't be compared to him." So,
Yeah, I'd say other than Wemby, I'd say other than Wemby, he's been the best two-way player in the league. Um, so I feel like he has to be in the conversation.
Shea's been very good again defensively. Like, I think people
Mm.
forget how good of a defender Shea is, um, because he's just the best scorer in the league. Like in terms of getting to his spot, not being phased as much. Like in the Timberwolves game, I don't know if you watched it. The Timberwolves were flying, everything. Shea was struggling, bro. When he locked in defensively, the whole team locked in defensively, and he just put the clamps on Ant Edwards. I was like, obviously, Ant was. I think he was struggling with a bit of an injury, but their comeback, their clamp, it reinvigorated the whole team. That's another thing with OKC. Their team's so. We spoke about this before. The squad is so deep,
Depth.
everyone can defend,
Mm.
it seems. and
Yep.
7 men can get 20 if they need to. Like
Yeah.
or 15. But yeah, Shea defensively, I'd still have him in those two-way conversations, man.
Yeah, you're right. You're right in saying that. I just think for what Jaylen Brown has done this year, I feel like he has to be
He's been
part of the
phenomenal
conversation.
for
Yeah, he has
for
to
the
be part of the
Celtics.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shea for me wins it. Luka's been on a ridiculous tear. And the Lakers look good, as you said. The Lakers can be a force in this playoffs if everyone's healthy going in, which they look like they will be.
Hmm.
LeBron has taken up this kind of third role as like, okay, this is where I am right now. It's Austin Reeves can put up 20 to 25 a night. And then LeBron doesn't have to do too much. If LeBron is a third option on your team, you're crazy.
And
You
then
should be able to
he has those
do a
nights
thing.
where he went 30 points, 13 of 14 from the field goal.
Yeah.
And the
Mm-hmm.
one that they didn't count, he got fouled. But like,
Exactly.
and then last night when
Exactly.
Luca hit a triple double, I think him and Reeves were just both under 20, but LeBron got a triple double. Like he's a Swiss
Mm-hmm.
Army knife. So it's like,
100%. 100%. But yeah, MVP, and for me, MVP will be Shea. I feel like Luka will get some votes. Jokic will get some votes. Jaylen Brown will definitely get some votes. I would have said Cade would have got some votes, but obviously this stupid rule they put in is going to be the case why he's not going to get votes. Wemby will. He's not allowed to miss 3 more games from now to the end of the season, which I don't think he will do. Wemby will win Defensive Player of the Year. I think Castle will
mhm.
also be on the NBA all defensive first team as well. The Spurs are scary as well. The Spurs are a very
Yeah, they are.
scary team. We spoke about that before. I feel like they'll really, really be something to. I know we said a few weeks ago that it might be too early. I want to change my opinion. I don't think it's too early for them. I think they can do it. I
When
think
does
they
that
can
happen?
actually do it. Yeah, I think they can actually do it
Yeah?
because Wemby, as much as like when you've been playing basketball for as long as he has, as much as he's young, he's experiencing them type of situations. I feel like the Olympics prepared him for this moment.
Right.
So I do believe in Wemby, and I believe in the Spurs organization. The right people in that building, they've been to championships. You get what I mean? They can just knuckle
Mhm.
down. And yeah, the Spurs are similar to OKC in terms of what they can do offensively, defensively, and they've got an MVP candidate. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
But it is for, and again, like we said last week, this is why I feel like the NBA is in a great place. It gets a lot of slack, but
Hmm.
we've not had a repeat champion since KD Steph Warriors. um, it shows how hard it is to win. These lot get slated for being soft and all that stuff, but they're playing against harder competition because the best players are just spread it out. The teams are spread it out. We've seen the West be a gauntlet. And we're just seeing all top players at a super high level where you'd think all of them should be first team or NBA, and a lot of them this year will miss out on that
Hmm.
more than normal. Like for
Yep.
instance, and on that, Cade, um, I was watching something last night, and they were just saying Adam Silver should right now, this week, today, say the 65 game rule is scrapped because if Cade
Yeah.
misses the rest of the season, he's not going to make all NBA team.
And it affects his money, doesn't it? It affects his contract.
Yes,
Yes.
and I think he just needs to play 5 games, but obviously he's got a punch of lung, so realistically, the Pistons will just probably want to wait rest
To
of
the
the
playoffs.
season and to the
Yeah.
playoffs. Um,
Yeah.
and Cade, like Jalen Brown, they've been doing one man jobs. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like
Yep.
that's why they deserve the extra credit. And it would just be a major shame for Cade not to be, let alone all NBA first team, but on any of the all NBA teams because of the 65 game rule. We've seen the 65 game rule. It was good when it first came in, but now it's actually really affecting because players have genuinely been injured this year.
Yeah, it's not about, I feel like they should take it away. I feel like the game's miss should be if you were healthy
Yeah.
and you sat out, that should be classed as a game missed. If you are just injured with an injury that kept you out, for instance, Jokic, when he had the hyperextended knee, Shea missed games this year with a lower limb injury.
Hmm.
All of the top superstars have missed games
Wemby
this
has,
year.
yeah.
Wemby, do you get what I mean? And now it's the back end of the season, and where they could be resting, for instance, for reasons that they just need to rest. They're all playing because guess what?
Uh,
You need to hit this mark. You want to play games, but you need to hit this mark in order to win these trophies, which they want to win also. So as much as the
Sorry, I think even Ant can miss out on all NBA because
yep,
they said Ant will be reevaluated in 1 to 2 weeks' time, not even
yeah, see,
back.
see,
And Ant's having his best season.
bro, it's ridiculous. That's what I mean. It's ridiculous when it comes to these things. You need to. I think the NBA needs to look at it on a deeper level and they say, okay, cool. It's not a case of it's a Utah Jazz where people are tanking. It's not the
Yeah,
case of where people are fit and are sitting out. They're actually injured. These are the best players in the game. What's all the NBA teams going to look like then? Just randomers because it's not going to make sense. So
yeah,
I feel like the NBA should look at it, but will they? We'll see.
because apparently there's comms out the NBA office that Adam Silver's not even entertaining it right now or whatever. But it's like, bro, like people forget the money part's big as well, but people are missing out on accolades when they're playing phenomenal. Like trust the voters, because one thing with the NBA voters, they do take the games into account before the 65 game rule anyway. And I've listened to
Mm.
Chris Broussard say it many times, like that's the only thing that will knock him in terms of people's standings if they haven't played as much compared to other people. But he'd still put them in certain categories that they deserve to be if they played 60 games. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these lot have been the best players in the league have genuinely been injured this year.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks in the NBA could be 10 games. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
And the threshold is 75, I mean 17 games if you miss 17 or more. Like,
Yeah.
so it worked in
It,
terms of the load management aspect, but genuine injuries, bro, I think
it's a
they just,
hindrance.
this one, they need to reverse this one, man.
They do. And another reason why I say, last reason on that, why they should reverse it. Because when it comes to playoffs and you got all your superstars trying to play for the awards right now, What if they get hurt in these next few weeks? Now you're going to be saying, "Oh, well, we're now missing all the superstars for the playoffs. The ratings are lower. No one's watching it. The NBA is rubbish again." So you need to look at it from a perspective of you want your superstars when the superstars need to be playing.
Because we saw
Or
this time last year, Kyrie got injured.
mm-hmm.
Tatum got injured in the
Yeah,
playoffs. I
yeah.
felt like someone else got injured just before the playoffs started or around this time last year, and then obviously Halliburton
Didn't
in the
Dame get
final.
injured?
But I felt like there was a few seriously Dame Lillard.
Yeah, Dame. That's what I said. Dame
Oh yeah,
got injured.
Dame.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't even hear you. My bad.
yeah.
Yeah, like all these injuries happened just before, and then the Spurs were all right, and then they just had to shut down Wemby. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
So that the NBA needs to look into that because you want the superstars there. We spoke about it with the NFL. There was no superstar quarterbacks in in the Super Bowl. Hey, it was a well watched game and we liked it, but you know what you need there. You
Even in
know when it
the
comes to the NBA
even in the
Finals.
AFC Championship game.
Yeah. You know when it
So,
comes to the NBA Finals, the most watched NBA Finals are when Steph, LeBron, KD were playing. You get what I mean? Now, okay, cool. We got the new superstars coming up, but and we had the Pacers and we had OKC last year. Great basketball. Us as basketball fans love to actually watch it because it's great basketball. But you
mhm.
also not just catering to basketball fans when it comes to the finals. You're catering to the neutral. So you need superstars there. You need superstars in the playoff run in and lead up to the finals. So if you don't have them there because you've now implemented this thing in the regular season where you can only miss what 17 games,
Mm,
you're going to be in problems when it comes to the real stuff, and you want your eyes on the game.
yeah, yeah. No, it's something that needs to be addressed and addressed quickly because
Mm.
this season especially has been where it's under more of a threat in terms of, again, all the MVP candidates that we mentioned,
Yeah.
bar Jaylen Brown. He's the only one that hasn't been injured. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he's just had rest here and there, or maybe missed a game through injury here and there. The others have
Yeah.
legitimately, and Brown's played enough games anyway, the others have
Mhm.
legitimately been injured. And a few of them are at risk of not being MVP or NBA, which is great. Like, imagine the top four all just missed out, and Jaylen Brown won it by default, not sending shots to Jaylen
That's what I
Brown.
was just about to say, you know.
Because that's how Cade and Brown's name both
Came
enhanced
into
the
the
last
discussion.
couple weeks because they feared Shea, Jokic, and Wemby wouldn't play the threshold. And now
Mhm.
obviously Luka's like, yo, I was on the cusp and not
Yeah.
all NBA. Bro, I'll be fuming.
Mm.
I'll be
Yeah.
fuming. So, but again, it also shows how good the NBA is, and people need to stop taking the NBA for granted. The NBA gets
Mhm.
a lot of heat for some reason. A lot of it is to do with the old heads because they like to protect their players. Their old media heads will. The new gen, they just come to hoop and say, "What, you could get 30, I could get 30 as well. Let's all get
Yeah.
30."
Mhm. It's true. It's true.
So
And this upcoming
yeah.
draft is going to prove that as well because we got superstars coming out. March Madness is going on right now. A lot of franchises' lives are about to be changed instantly. So
Mhm.
the NBA is in a good place and it's only going to get better.
Yeah, yeah, facts. Definite facts on that. Quick one before we go to song of the week. You wanted to talk about AFCON and the reversal
Yeah.
of the decision awarding Morocco the African Cup of Nations.
All I'm going to say is we saw the winners with our own eyes. So whatever you want to do, CAF, and whatever you want to make up and give the trophy to whoever you want to give it to, that's fine. Give it to them. We all saw, and when I say we all saw, the whole world, because the whole world tuned in when they walked off the pitch, we all saw the winners win with our own eyes. So Senegal are 2025 AFCON champions. Whatever the hell you want to make up and give it to Morocco, fine by me. But hey, we
I
know
mean,
who the winners were.
the Senegalese players and coaches stuff, they've all taken it. All the players, well, not all, but a lot of the players posted saying, you think you're taking this away from us? No chance. Apparently, the head coach took the trophy to their military, and their military have said they'll contain it. And I think I read somewhere that they're even going to present the game in Paris for their first game in the international break next week.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and one or two journalists that I've seen will follow have read up on have said that they think Senegal they're going to win their appeal anyway because CAS, the Court of Arbitration, they generally reject CAF's um appeals and stuff like that, and they
Yeah.
think CAF's going to lose on this standing because the game continued. Morocco took the penalty, missed. Senegal scored the winner in extra time. Blah. Whereas the ref didn't forfeit the match. If the ref forfeited the match then and there, then it's a different story. So,
And one player always stayed on the pitch, i.e. Sadio Mane. So, like, this is the thing. Not everyone left the pitch. One player always stayed on the pitch.
mm,
So that's what it is.
yeah,
So, my thoughts on it are we all saw it with our own eyes. And if you want to change history, schools do it every day, but we know the truth.
yeah, no facts. Facts. And do you know what? I can't blame Morocco too much, even though the current women's AFCON should have started a few days ago and it's been postponed because Morocco were the
Mm-hmm.
host. Apparently, they've given a reason as to why they can't host it, and a few of these other African tournaments. So CAF are probably scrambling, but anyone would
Mm-hmm.
appeal it. But it's just the fact that CAF, for some reason, feel, oh no, this is legible. And another thing that wasn't brought up on publicly is the bans and fines that were handed to both Morocco and Senegal. All the Moroccan ones have been downgraded. None of the
Yes, I've been
Senegalese ones
saying.
have. So
Uh-huh.
the player that was trying to put off the keeper with the towel, his match ban got reduced and his money. The ball boy reduced, and then the fans with the lasers, the fine got reduced as well. So
Mm-hmm.
one to think about.
Hey, AFCON has been an interesting competition, and hey, it's gonna stay interesting. That's one thing it's gonna do. It's gonna stay interesting. But
No, it has. It's a stain on AFCON, but I don't want people to say, oh, blah, 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 because we're seeing corruption in across football, across
oh
Europe's top five leagues.
yes,
The only
yeah.
ones that, from my eyes, that I can remember have been punished were Juventus when they got relegated.
Mm-hmm.
We're arguably seeing it in the Premier League with a certain team going for 115 charges for nearly a decade. Another
But
team getting a
money
suspended
talks.
a suspended sentence
Suspended sentence.
when other teams in the EFL are all getting points deduction. Sheffield Wednesday are gonna enter League One with another points deduction.
Yep.
So
This is the
a
thing.
certain team in
Money talks,
Spain called FC Barca paying referee scandal. It's
bro.
only
As we said, money talks. That's it.
so
If you got money, you can get away with a lot of things. If you
so
don't, you know what's gonna happen.
these federations is all it's all happening. But anyway, song of the week. What you got for me, bro?
Yes, I've got another Bruno Mars song off the Romantic album. Sensational. It is "Dance with Me." One that will be played at the wedding for sure.
That's
So
a big
yeah,
that's a big call that one is, mate. Dancing with
hundred
Bruno
percent.
Mars. If that's the case, I need to listen to that one. Mine is
Definitely.
Jack Harlow's Trading Places, his opening track off his new Monica album. It's such a smooth opening track. And you know me, I love a great opening track into an album. So Jack
Uh-huh.
Harlow, Trading Places.
Nice. An intro will be the best thing ever. Intro gets
Yeah.
you ready for it. Is the rest of the album good though?
It actually is.
Okay.
It's a very nice smooth one, especially when you're driving. So that for opening tracks, fantastic. But the rest of the album's just smooth in general.
Gonna
But
give it a listen.
it's a nice one still. So shout out Jack Harlow on that one. Okie dokie, people. Thank you. As Dej likes to say,
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
and the man himself.
Like and subscribe.
What he said, like, subscribe, hit those buttons, get in the comments, and we shall keep on delivering. But now it is time to go. And thank you all for listening, watching, and keep on supporting the man. Them. Joe, I am signing out.
Jacob signing out.
Peace.
Thank you for listening.